I might not be in the right state of mind, but I had to get this off my chest. 2 days ago, I came back from basketball a little early. I overheard my fiancée, Jay, tell her friend that she is settling for me. This friend just got out of a relationship. I don't know what they were talking about before, but I just heard Jay saying that after all the assholes she dated, settling for me will be good for her. She then went on to describe my job and all the perks of being with me. Love is apparently not on the list. Hearing this kind of broke me. I just stood in place dumbfounded. I don't even think she even loves me. For context, we live in a beach house. I bought it as a total gut job and renovated it myself. And I have several other properties that are all rented out. I work in property insurance from home and do house flips on the side. I'm satisfied with what I've accomplished so far in my life. All of this was worth mentioning for Jay, but not how much I loved her, how much time we spent together, not how I tried to be supportive of her goals and ambitions, how she wanted for nothing. I'm not going to lie, I was in a bad place, maybe still am. I spent all of last night going through her messages. I knew her password, I just never looked. Well, it's a pretty common thing for her to say. Pretty much all her friends know what's up. Jay wants a nice, normal guy after all the assholes she dated. She wants a drama-free life where she'll be taken care of. Every time I read what she really thought about me, it was like another needle was being jammed in my heart. My first reaction was to yell at her and confront her about it. My second reaction was to make her suffer like I am. My dear Jay, the love of my life, I thought, doesn't work right now. She quit to be a real estate agent. I don't know. Maybe she wanted to learn more about real estate. Maybe she thought her looks would get her by. She doesn't work right now. Zero. She also lives in my house. She decorated it and certainly put her touches on everything, but my name is on the title. Just mine. Her car is technically mine too. She didn't qualify for financing on her own and she just had to have a Beamer, so I co-signed it. I can probably make a case that it's my car. We don't have joint accounts. Thank the Almighty himself because she did ask. I pay her cards right now. I want to just show her the texts, throw her shit in garbage bags and put her out on the street. Wibta, if I did that? Edit. Holy shit, I did not expect so many responses. Thank you everyone for your advice and kind words. I will talk to Jay sometime over the weekend. I think she picked up that something was up. I didn't call her from work like I usually do, and last couple of nights I made an excuse that I was beat and went to bed pretty early. I'll try to read as many replies and provide more information, but I wanted to clarify a couple of things. Regardless of how shitty I feel, I didn't like people calling Jay nasty names. It's partly my fault, I didn't give enough detail. Before quitting, she had a decent enough job. She's not good at managing money at all, but she would buy stuff for the house or gifts for me on special occasions. I never thought of her as a gold digger. She talked to me about quitting and trying to be a real estate agent. She told me she liked the freedom of the profession, and I tried to be supportive. Secondly, I don't think I misunderstood her meaning. Maybe she didn't mean it as a negative, but the messages were crystal clear. She settled for me. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Nope, NTA. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Fortunately, you found out before you became even more entangled or married. It seriously sucks and it'll probably be a while before you can throw her out. You'll probably have to evict her. A BMW? Really? She's got expensive taste, huh? Well, guess who shouldn't settle? You, dude. You can do a whole lot better and I seriously doubt she can. Then another commenter replied with, I wish I could give more than one upvote. I've been with arseholes before. You know what my reaction to my beautiful, smart, loving, kind partner was? Wow, I hope this human being could love me as much as I love him. And he does. Oh, and his family is better off than mine. That couldn't mean less to me. NTA. OP that B needs to learn what love is. Stability is important. A meal ticket is not. Comment 2. She lives with you and doesn't work. She has friends and family and frankly gets out from under this dating situation quickly. I would tell her you know what she says to her friends about you and heard her talking to her friend. Never did love come into the conversation once. That you want to break up and she must leave immediately. I suggest you bring a friend while you do this and pack her a bag and have her go to family or friends. She can't say you hit her or said horrible things to her with a witness. In the moment, she will desperately say anything out of panic and abandonment issues. You are dating and don't need to be so generous with her. We date to choose our partner, and you do not want to be hers. Comment 3. NTA, but do look up eviction laws in your state. In some states, you have to give someone a period of time to find new arrangements. I would consider a lawyer, honestly. Now for the update, and if you're enjoying the video, hit that like button. Hi everyone. Thank you to everyone for your advice and kind words. Here is the update. I talked to Jay. I told her how I overheard her talking, how she is settling for me. I told her how that felt and what kind of mood I was in after. She had tears rolling down her face as I was telling her how I felt. She didn't say anything for a bit. Then she just said, "I'm sorry." It was true when we started dating. She just heard from a mutual friend that I was great and she thought she'd give me a chance. She said, in the beginning, it was about feeling safe and feeling like she could be supported and loved. In the beginning, it was just being with someone who had their shit together and would be good for her. Eventually, she fell in love. She loved me dearly. This didn't make me feel better. I then told her about the text messages. This is when she got angry. I was an asshole for going through her messages. Violation of privacy. Betrayal of trust. How dare I? I didn't set out to get her password. She's just extremely careless with it. She hits remember password on everything. When she types it out, she hits show password first. If you happen to be glancing at the screen, you'd know what it was. That's how I found out. I've never thought to use it until that day. Eventually, after going on about reading her messages, she stopped and was sobbing for a minute. Finally, she just goes, "What do you want me to say?" I can't help how I feel. I wasn't the type she'd go for before. She's still attracted to those types of guys. She's just older now and knows better. That's why she settled with me. She loves me and wants to spend the rest of her life with me. That doesn't work for me. I told her we had different ideas about what a relationship, especially marriage, was. The trust is broken for both of us. I went through her messages. She settled for me even though I'm not her type. This is where we go our separate ways. We agreed eventually that she would stay with one of her friends. I'll move all her stuff to the spare bedroom. When she finds a place, I'll help her move. She can keep the car. I was just being an asshole about leaving her destitute. She was crying from the moment we started talking to the moment we went into separate rooms. It wasn't easy seeing her like that. I wanted to go to her and hold her, but it had to be done. When I closed the door to my room, that's when all the emotions washed over me. I was bawling the whole time. The sheets still smelled like her, and I either couldn't or didn't want to change them just then. I feel shitty and I won't be okay for a while, but I am pretty certain I did the right thing. I read a lot of comments on the old post and it shocked me, truly. I was a little taken aback with how many comments I saw from women that they did the same thing. They settled for their current significant other after going through a bunch of guys that were more their type. To me, that's super fucked. Like if your partner knows and you're both cool with it, fine, I guess, live your life. But to me, that's gross. If you settle with your significant other for safety, comfort, financial calculus, that's what an arranged marriage is. You want the benefits of an arranged marriage without any of the obligations of one. If you can pull it off, more power to you, but that's not something that interests me at all. I also read a whole bunch of ironclad prenups. I understand the thinking, but I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm too quixotic and old-fashioned, but starting a lifelong commitment with a plan on how to end it doesn't seem right. I guess it's something I'll have to pay attention to more going forward. Thank you again, everyone. If there are any updates to be had, I'll post again. But that's it. Comment 1. You co-signed for the car, so your name is still on it. If you let her keep the car and she causes a really bad accident that is over insurance limits, you might get sued. That will put your home and businesses at risk. Comment 2. I have a friend who married a guy because her mom really pushed her into it. She came from a home where they always struggled financially. Dad was a drinker, so her mom just wanted her to settle down with someone who was financially stable. She has been married for 40+ years in a joyless marriage. No great love story. It's sad. Don't settle. You did the right thing. You deserve to have the love of your life, and eventually, I'm sure you'll find them. Hang in there. You did the right thing. Best of luck. Comment 3. This post is confusing as fuck. So many people get with people who usually aren't their type and love them. And she admits that she loves him. And he just Throws it away? It's not good enough for him that he wasn't originally the shining golden example of her perfect dude. There's always someone out there who is more attractive or better than you, but she chose you, out of all them people. Love isn't Disney and romance novels. It's a fucking choice. And I'm sure she's attracted to you now. You're just not the type she originally found herself attracted to before. So she finds other people attractive. Are you telling me you don't? God. Jesus. Self-destructive mental midgets. Y'all just really can't get over your own egos. As far as her using you, you could have told her at any point to start working. But you seem like you have weird control issues, as stated by you going through her private convos with her friends. Jesus Christ, man. You didn't even find her cheating or anything. She's chosen you every day since you started dating, and it wasn't enough. Now, for the next story. Ada, for sleeping with my ex-husband. I, 30F, married my ex-husband Ryan, 30M, very young. We were 20 when we got married, and we have been together since we were 14. We divorced 2 years ago because we faced fertility issues, and I got depressed and no amount of counseling helped us. I made our lives pretty miserable, so I decided it's time for a divorce. After the divorce, we kept in touch. He was always checking in. He was worried about my mental health, but I was doing better. The constant reminder that I'm letting him down, that my body can't give him a child, was gone. Although that was always only in my head because he never made me feel that way. My close friend got wind of this and pushed to cut all contact, that it's not healthy and this way we won't be able to move on. But the thing is, Ryan was also my best friend, and I missed him. On her insistence, I wrote to Ryan that we shouldn't keep in touch anymore. He was upset but said he understood. There was no contact between us for almost a year, but I ran into him in a grocery store. When he spotted me, a huge smile lit up his face and he rushed to me and gave me the biggest bear hug. It felt really great. We chatted for a bit and he asked to get coffee with him and I agreed. Ryan asked me how I'm doing. He was worried about me the whole time, but he respected that I didn't want to speak to him, so he didn't reach out. I told him that I'm doing great, that I really needed this time to focus only on myself, that I learned to accept that motherhood is not in the cards for me. He was also attending therapy because he struggled without me, but also made peace that in order for me to get better, he needed to let me go. We decided we will check with our therapists if they think it's a good idea to keep in touch. My therapist said that if I didn't have any negative feelings while being with Ryan, she doesn't see a reason why we couldn't keep in touch. His therapist said the same thing, but we should be careful and communicate well so we don't lose the progress we both made. So we started to hang out occasionally, and it was great. It felt good to have him back in my life without any pressure. Months after hanging out, we were watching a movie at my place, and he kissed me, and I kissed him back. We slept together that night. When we woke up, we talked about what this means and we decided we won't put any pressure on us and just do what feels good. So we kept meeting, we talked a lot about everything, our expectations in life, we also talked about reconciliation, but mostly we had fun and enjoyed each other. One of our mutual friends saw us holding hands in town and he told our whole friend group. My friend who advised me to cut contact with Ryan came that evening to my place and started yelling at me that I'm ruining Ryan's life, that this way he will never move on. She asked if I'm sleeping with him. When I replied yes, she told me to leave him alone and stop being a selfish bee. I tried to reason with her, but she just told me to shut up and left. I called Ryan right after she left and told him what happened and asked him if he wanted to move on. He said that absolutely not, that we are not hurting anyone. There are no ex-partners, no children involved, and we both made a huge progress, and if we want to be together, it's nobody's business. So now I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, if she is right and it would be the best if I let Ryan move one with someone else. There's no update, so here's a few comments. Comment 1, NTA. It sounds like your friend is the one you need to actually cut off. You are not less worthy of love, BC. You have fertility issues. You are not manipulating Ryan either. He is aware of the struggles you faced, and to me it seems he is an actually decent person who cares about you more than the possibility of having a biological child. Your friend is not good for your mental health. She's validating the thoughts of disappointment when this man clearly just loves you regardless. She sounds like she might be into him, honestly too. Then the original poster responded with, I never thought about the possibility she could be into him. She was always nice to Ryan, but nothing over the top. I will need to ask Ryan if ever noticed something. Comment 2. NTA. Sounds like your ex-husband never stopped loving you nor wanted the divorce, but did it for you to be happy. You're not hurting anyone, but your friend is a controlling ass and has feelings for your ex. If your ex makes you happy, go be with your ex. You shouldn't have left him to begin with, and work to solve your problems together. Wishing you the best. Comment 3. NTA, your friend needs to stop acting like she can control your life. You and Ryan are both adults, and you guys are being very smart about each other's mental health. I'm honestly a little invested in the relationship and want to see what happens next. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.